Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back. And to those who are new, I welcome you all to my channel. And this channel I have started a few days back. It's a Bible series, and I am going to be reading the Bible chapter by chapter, every pages, and then I am going to be updating it on the YouTube. So you can see if you like it, then you please do subscribe and share it with your friends as well. I am trying to reach out the gospel to as many as I can, and then share the few things that I've learned or that I've experienced with Jesus, with our God, our Creator. So this will be the 5th day of the Bible reading that I have started a few days back, and here we are still in the beginning in Genesis chapter 12. I'll be reading it today, and we'll be sharing a few stuffs. So let's go ahead and read it. And I hope you all will support me by accompanying me and going through my journey together. So chapter 12, Genesis chapter 12 is the call of Abraham. I don't know, I would like to, I always turn it on the other side whenever I start reading, and I hope you won't mind for that. The Lord said to Abram, "Go out to your country, your family, and your father's house, to the land I will show you. I will make you a great nation. I will bless you and make your name great, and you will be a blessing. I will bless those who bless you, and whoever curses you, I will curse. And in you all people of the earth will be blessed." So Abraham went as the Lord had told him, and Lot went with him. It's L-O-T. It's the name of a person again. Abram was 75 years old when he left Haran. Abram took Sarai, his wife, his nephew Lot, all the possessions they had accumulated, and the slaves they had acquired in Haran. They set out for the land of Canaan and arrived there. Abram traveled through the country as far as Shechem. It's Shechem. To the Oak of Moreh. At that time, the Canaanites were living in the land. The Lord appeared to Abraham and said, "To your descendants I will give this land. There he will build an altar to the Lord who had appeared to him." From there he went on to the mountains east of Bethel and pitched his tent, with Bethel to the west and Ai to the east. There also he built an altar to the Lord and called on the name of the Lord. Then Abram set out in the direction of Negev, Abram and Sarai in Egypt. There was famine in the land, And Abram went down to Egypt to stay there for some time, for the famine was severe in that land. Just as he was about to enter Egypt, he said to Sarai, his wife, "Now I know you are a beautiful woman. When the Egyptians see you, they will say, 'That is his wife.' They will then kill me, but they will let you live. Say that you are my sister, so that they will treat me well on account of you. Yeah. And my life will be spared because of you." In fact, when Abram arrived in Egypt, the Egyptians saw that the woman was very beautiful. Pharaoh's officials saw her and praised her to Pharaoh. The woman was taken into Pharaoh's house, and because of her, he dealt well with Abram. He received sheep, cattle, donkeys, male and female slaves, she-asses, and camels. But the Lord inflicted severe plagues on Pharaoh and his household because of Sarai, Abram's wife. So Pharaoh summoned Abraham and said, "What have you done to me? Why did you not tell me that she is your wife? Why did you say she's my sister, so that I took her for my wife? Now, here is your wife. Take her and go." And Pharaoh put man in charge of Abraham, and they sent him on his way with his wife and all that was his. Abram and Lot separated. Abram went up from Egypt to Negev, he and his wife with all that he had, and Lot with him. Now Abram was very rich in flocks, silver and gold. As he journeyed on, he went from the Negev as far as Bethel, to the place where they had first pitched his tent between Bethel and Ai. At that spot where he had formerly made an altar and called in the name of the Lord. Lot, who went with Abram, also had flocks, cattle, and tents. The land was not sufficient to allow them to stay together, for their possessions were too great for them to live together. A dispute arose between the herdsmen of Abram's flock and those of Lot. The Canaanites and the Perizzites were living in the land at that time. Abram said to Lot, "Let there not be a dispute between you and me, nor between my herdsmen and yours. Since we are brothers, is not the whole land there before you? Let us part company. If you go to the left, I will go to the right. If you go to the right, I will go to the left." Lot looked up and saw the whole plain of Jordan, how well watered it was. It was like the garden of the Lord, like the land of Egypt, in the direction of Zoar. This is before the Lord destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah. Lot chose for him all the Jordan Valley and journeyed eastward. In this way they separated from each other. Abram settled in the country of Canaan, while Lot lived among the towns of the plain and moved his tent as far as Sodom. Now the men of Sodom were wicked, sinning greatly against the Lord. The Lord said to Abraham after Lot had separated himself from him, "Raise your eyes and look from where you are towards the north, the south, and the east, and the west. All the land that you see, I will give it to you and your descendants forever. I will make your descendant as the dust of the earth. If the grains of the dust could be counted, then could your descendants be counted. Come, walk through the length and breadth of the land, for it is you that I am giving it." So Abraham moved his tent and came to live by the oak of Mamre at Hebron. There he built an altar to the Lord. Abram rescues Lot. At the time when Amraphel was king of Shinar, Arioch, king of Elazar, Chedorlaomer, king of Elam, and Tidal, king of Goam. These kings made war on Bera, king of Sodom, Birsa, king of Gomorrah, Sinab, king of Admah, Semibar, king of Jeboam, and the king of Bela, that is Zor. All these joined forces in the valley of Siddim, that is the Salt Sea. 12 years they had been dominated by Chedorlaomer, but in the 13th year they rebelled. In the 14th year, Chedorlaomer and the kings who were his allies came and fought and subdued the Rephaim in Ashtaroth Carnaim, the Zuzim in Hom, the Nemaim in Savi Kirathaim, and the Horians in hill country, Seir, as far as Ei Paran, which is on the edge of the desert. They then turned back and came to the spring of judgment, that is Kadesh, and subdued all the country of the Amalekites, as well as that of the Amorites, who lived in Hazazon Tamar. Then the king of Sodom, the king of Gomorrah, the king of Admah, the king of Zelium, and the king of Bela, that is Roar, went out and took up battles position in the valley of Siddim against Chedorlaomer, king of Elam, Tidal, king of Goam, Amraphel, king of Shinar, and Arioch, king of Elazar, 4 kings against 5. Now there were many bitumen pits in the valley of Siddim, and as the kings of Sodom and Gomorrah fled, some of the men fell into them, and the rest took refuge in the mountains. The enemy took all the possessions of Sodom and Gomorrah, and all the provisions, and all their provisions, and went off. They also took Lot, Lot, the son of Abram's brother, who lived in Sodom, and his possessions, and went off. One who had escaped came to tell Abraham and Hebrew, who was living by the oak of Mamre, the Amorites, a brother of Eshcol and of Anar. These were allies of Abram. As soon as Abram heard that his kinsmen had been taken away captive, he assembled and led led forth his trained men, born in his house 318 men, and set off in pursuit as far as Dan. He grouped his forces against them by the night, he and his servants, and routed and followed them to Hobah, north of Damascus. Then he brought back all the goods, besides his nephew, Lot, and his possessions, together with the women and the people. Abram and Melchizedek, on his return after defeating Sidorlomar and the kings who were his allies, the king of Sodom came out to meet him in the valley of Siva, that is the valley of the king. Then Melchizedek, the king of Salem, brought bread and wine for he was a priest of God Most High, and he blessed Abram, saying, Blessed be Abram by God Most High, maker of heaven and earth, and blessed be God Most High, who has delivered your enemies into your hands. And Abram gave him a tenth, a part of everything. The king of Sodom said to Abram, Give me the people and keep the goods for yourself. Abram said to the king of Sodom, I raise my hand to the Lord, God Most High, creator of heaven and earth, to swear that not one thread or tongue of a sandal or anything that is yours will I take. Lest you say, Abram became rich at my expense. I claim nothing. I claim nothing for myself, only what the young man had eaten, and the share that is due to Anar, Eshcol, and Mamre, the man who came with me. Let them take their share. God's covenant with Abram. After this, the word of the Lord was spoken to Abraham in a vision. Do not be afraid, Abram. I am your shield. Your reward will be very great. Abram said, O Lord God, what good are your gifts to me as long as I am childless, and all I have will go to Eliezer of Damascus. You have given me no children, so a slave of mine will be my heir. Then the word of the Lord was spoken to him again. Eliezer will not be your heir, but a child born of you, your own flesh and blood, will be your heir. Then the Lord brought him outside and said to him, Look up at the sky and count the stars if you can. Your descendants will be like that. Abram believed the Lord who because of this held him to be an upright man. And he said, I am the Lord who brought you from Ur of the Chaldeans to give you this land as your possession. Then Abram asked, O Lord God, how am I to know that it shall be mine? The Lord replied, Bring me a 3-year-old heifer, a 3-year-old she-goat, and a 3-year-old ram, a turtle dove, and a young pigeon. Abraham brought all these animals, cut them in two, and laid each half facing to its other half. But he did not cut the birds in half. The birds of prey came down upon the carcasses, but Abram drove them away. As the sun was going down, a deep sleep came over Abram, and a dreadful darkness took hold of him. Then the Lord said to Abram, know for certain that your descendants will be exiled in a land that is not theirs. They will be slaves there, oppressed for 400 years. But I will judge a nation that enslaves them, and after that they will live with great possessions. As for yourself, you shall go to your fathers in peace and be buried at a ripe old age. Ripe old age. Your descendants of the fourth generation will come back here, for the wickedness of the Amorites has not yet deserved that I take the land from them. When the sun had set and darkness has fallen, a smoke fire pot and a flaming torch passed between the hearts of the victim. On that day the Lord made a covenant with Abram, saying, to your descendants I have given this country, from the river of Egypt to the great river, the Euphrates, the land of the Kenites, the Kenizzites, the Cadmonites, the Hittites, the Perizzites, the Rephaim, the Amorites, the Canaanites, the Girgashites, and the Jebusites. So let's all finish. Let it be all for today. And here, so in today's reading as well, we have seen that Abraham is one among the chosen one by God for being one of the righteous man among his generations, right? And he obeyed God when he was being asked to come along with him and asked him to go to a unknown place, leaving his family and father's family. He did not know what his future holds, but he obeyed and followed his order wherever it led him, because he trusted God. And so God blessed him and his generation. But Abraham one time questioned being childless. When being childless, he was asking God, how will I, even if you give me lots of possessions, worldly possessions and everything, what will it be used when I don't even have a children, right? Then that was when the Lord took him out, called him out, and then asked him to look at the sky and then count the stars. And he gave an example that his descendants will be countless, will be numberless, like the stars, like that of the stars. So this was one of the greatest blessing that he gave to human being, right? So till then, Abraham descendants continue to live and then flourish all over the world. So here, God told him to look up at the sky and count the stars if he can, which God said will be his descendants, countless and uncountable as the stars of the sky. And then he trusted when God told him that. But obeying and trusting God and doing his will requires sacrifices. And Abraham too sacrificed his own family for the Lord. And here, let me just talking about the sacrifices. there is one person that I wanted to relate it to you, and that is Mother Teresa of Calcutta. And I, in one of the internet quotations, I found this, and it just touches my heart. It makes, I just felt it very beautiful, and I took it from the internet and I frame it. So here I am, let me read it for you. A sacrifice to be real must cost, must hurt, must empty oneself. Give yourself fully to God, and He will use you to accomplish great things on the condition that you believe much more in His love than your weakness. Mother Teresa of Calcutta. This is so beautiful, right? It say that to follow God, we all need to sacrifice. It is not easy to follow Him. It is not easy to do good things. It is not at all easy, but we must make sacrifices so that with that little sacrifice, we will be able to gain much more than we expect from Him. So that is the thing. Mother Teresa as well, left his family, his home, and I can see she did it because you might think that because she dedicated her life to mission, becoming a nun. No, but he had a purpose why she became a nun, and she surrendered everything and give full sacrifice fully to her work, right, for the good of mankind and for Christ. She did it. So here I myself is also being raised by such type of wonderful women and a missioner, okay, and who keeps others first besides ourselves and does everything for the Lord and for the good of the people. So I would like to thank, and she also has the same name, same name like Mother Teresa, and same role model I should say. So here what I wanted to say is that so these people have set an example for us, like the Mother Teresa of Calcutta, and the one who raised me. She had made a lot of sacrifices, and till today I can not be grateful enough. I will always be grateful for for her love and care for the children, for the just becoming a bit emotional. So about my story, I will be sharing you someday in the coming days, along with the readings that I will be making. So here for today, let me tell her I am still very grateful, and I will always be praying for her mission to be successful, and for her health and for her family, and I will always be grateful and thankful, and I may not be able to do anything in return, but I will always remember and treasure her in my heart forever. So these people have set an extraordinary example for us. So let us all start giving out today every little thing that we can do for Christ and for the good of the people. So even if it means like sacrificing our own comfort, sacrificing a little bit of uh, yeah, comfort and little sacrifices, we can make it all for the good of the people, trying to reach out in every little ways that we can. So this is the message that I wanted to relate to you. I am sorry whenever I face the camera. I am a little bit nervous, but I I will be trying and will be giving you a few inspiration words later on as well. So I hope you keep updated with me, and then stay connected, and let's all try to reach out to reach out the gospel, the love of God and his deeds and work to every human being as possible, to as many people as possible. So let's all do this together, and I thank you so much for being a part of my journey, and I cannot be thankful enough for your presence. So thank you so much, and I will see you in the next video. If you like and if you like the video, and if you want to support, please you can subscribe it, and you can share it with your friends. And about the notification, like I said, I am not so good with exposing or advertising, so you can hit on the notification so that even if I'm not updating it on the other social media, I hope you will get the notification whenever I post a new videos for you. So thank you so much once again, and you have a blessed evening. Bye bye.